Okay, so the issue of Luca's jealousy rears its ugly head again. Um, the guys did a challenge, or the girls did a mile high challenge the other night. As usual with the challenges, they're normally quite raunchy. They normally, require the girls to display a high level of sex appeal, etc. And as you can see here in the pictures, you've got Danica, you've got Tasha and Paige, all revving up the kind of sensual behaviour for the purpose of the task. Now, I haven't actually got a picture of Gemma here, but Gemma was kind of doing a few moves herself, and she kind of licked some of the boys as part of her act. But keep in mind, it is part of the challenge. Lo and behold, poor Gemma is subjected to an outburst and kind of moody behaviour from a Luca who is just so jealous, so possessive. He won't even let this girl just, live her best life in this villa. She's 19 years old. She has literally done nothing but be loyal to him in this villa. And yet, constantly, he's just jibing at her, accusing her of, carrying on with other people, literally just behaviour that is non-existent. And these red flags, they keep rearing their ugly heads, and it's not cool at all. So eventually they got to speaking, they had a confrontation, and Gemma said, you're in a mood, to which Luca replied that he wasn't, he was just denying it childishly, rather than admitting that he didn't, like how she behaved on the challenge, which, she didn't behave in any way that was wrong. She literally did what she was supposed to do. Now, Gemma mentioned that he pushed her off during the challenge, which, can you imagine, would have been really humiliating, but it's quite an aggressive action as well. Now, he tried to brush it off and say it's just banter, um, but, and he also said, oh, I can't exactly stay annoyed at you because it was a challenge. So Gemma pointed out that he basically, he was admitting that he was annoyed, by saying that he can't stay annoyed. So that's admitting that he actually was annoyed at some point. He then said, "Come off it. You're hanging on to every word I'm saying." So again, there's like this gaslighting. He literally incriminated himself by saying, "I can't stay angry." That would suggest that at one point you were angry. But then telling her that she's hanging on to every word, even though is the one that's done nothing wrong, and she's trying to figure out, like how she can get back right with you. Like it's just all word salad and just this kind of ridiculous, um, I don't even know, like circular behaviour, circular arguments. Um, so then she said, "Oh, so if you were annoyed, you could have said." And then he said, "Oh, f off, Gemma. I don't care, what the f you did in the challenge," and walked off. And at this point, I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, this guy is such a hothead. He's not level headed at all. He's unhinged, and the possessiveness is disturbing. This girl needs to get out of this partnership when she gets out of that villa. I'm hoping, I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't hate Gemma or anything. I like her. I think she's really level headed for a 19-year-old, but she's not my favourite contestant in the villa. I think she's quite cool and collected, but also cold. But then at the same time, that's exactly what she needs. These characteristics will save her in this villa, and I think I'm really hoping that she would have gotten this behaviour obviously from her parents, and I'm hoping that they'll tell her to give him the shove once they get out of there. There's no way I would advocate anyone, a friend, even even like a anyone, an acquaintance, to stay in this type of union where someone is just literally accusing you of stuff that you haven't done. We saw this with Billy last week, where she literally said friends don't hug. So she literally kind of countered someone's flirting advances, and that still wasn't enough. It's almost like her just being in a set situation, even in the proximity of flirting or any suggestive behaviour or sensual behaviour, and he loses it. It is absolutely unhinged. These are the beginning stages of abuse, and nobody can tell me anything different. Even if he never lays a finger on her, if you're in a relationship where someone is literally prone to mood swings, that perceived behaviour that is not even real, because remember, this was a challenge, then these are crazy red flags. They have been a consistent couple, throughout, but I really wouldn't want them to win, because what message is this sending to younger people? Ladies, guys, this is not cute. This is not the type of relationship that you want to be in. Some people at the beginning of these types of relationships are quite flattered that the person cares about them that much, but it's not about them caring. It's about control, and it's about the fact that they can't control their own emotions, which makes it all the more dangerous for how they could potentially erupt. So keep this in mind. I really do hope that people can learn from this. I'm really hoping that more awareness is spread about this type of possessive behaviour in relationships and how it's adjacent to emotional abuse. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Luca was right? Did he have a valid point? I mean, I can't believe I heard Dami say that his point was valid. He had a valid point. How? Please tell me how he had a valid point. The only thing I thought when I saw Gemma actually licking the guys was just that's not particularly sexy. It really reminded me of Miley Cyrus back in the day when she used to always poke her tongue out, and I remember people kind of saying, is that supposed to be sexy? But other than that, it was a joke. She licked Adam's chest. It was part of a challenge. Move on, Luca. This is not right, but I'd love to know what you think. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you on the next video.